Yo, what's up? This is Ipos Audio. My name is Liam Dawson, and I also go by Sacred Law. This is my daily vlog. Um, Today is October 24th, 2016. Um, yeah, I'm going to keep this one kind of short, just because I did a pretty long one the other day, and not much has happened since then, except for like more cleaning happened, I guess. um, but yeah, kind of been adjusting to this new space. It's the same like space that I've been living in for ages now, but I took the desk out, pulled all the chairs out, everything was on the ground, um, and I feel as though there's just a lot more room in here, and it's a nice change of environment, you know. If you ever feel like you're stuck in a rut, sometimes you just need to fucking clean out all the fucking cobwebs and shit in your environment. Um, yeah, and I'm like switching into some new paradigms. Um, I don't know how much I've talked about paradigms in my previous vlogs, but um, I think that behavioral paradigms, it's a little term that I've, I guess, coined. Um, uh, I think that they're crucial. Uh, so, um, yeah, so like if you're thinking about it, like your paradigms are based off of your context. Okay? A paradigm, okay, let me try to simplify my language a little bit for you. A paradigm is a model of something. So we're talking about behavioral models or concepts in your head, right? Um, so they're based off of your context, and your context is basically your environment. You know, what's happening in your life. um, we don't stay. I mean, unless you're like, hold on a second. Hello? Hello? Strange. Okay. We don't stay the same in our life. We change, we grow, we evolve. Um, and just as a side note, this is one way of thinking. I think about things in multiple different ways, of course, and I don't necessarily agree with myself. But evolution isn't like we get smarter necessarily. It's not how it works. It just seems like that for the time being. But it could possibly, just be changing, you know, we change along with our environment. So, like, if to survive we have to get stupider for some reason, then we do, you know? But like I said, that's just one kind of weird way of thinking, and it was just a thought that occurred to me. And I'm sure people will disagree, but that's also why I like it. So our paradigms, we change, and you can focus in on them. I think a lot of people are like subconsciously doing things, and if you can like pull shit out of the subconscious and focus on it consciously, you're more aware of yourself and what you're doing, or you can be. Um, so, like, let's say you're training um, for like a, triathlon or something. You have to change your behaviors essentially. got to eat healthier. You have to train. Um, and you also have to prepare mentally. Um, you know, some people might get like, I don't know, like worked up about stuff. And you don't want to be worked up. You might want to have a little bit of anticipation, that thing that pushes you forward, but you don't want shit to fucking, you want to be stoked about what you're doing. So if you feel like shit, check in with your therapist. But here are my paradigms. I've got 3 of them that are active right now, and I constantly change and pull bits out of one and put them into a new one and change things and move forward. But I've got Nexus paradigm, Crystal paradigm, and Relic paradigm. So Nexus paradigm is about generating SoundCloud content, or just generating the musical content in general. So it involves creating new projects at home and at the studio, writing lyrics to new projects, selecting the best projects for Nexus, practicing for live performance, recording after properly prepared and rehearsed, and then quality control latency, which is essentially where when I'm like, all right, it's perfect, I'm going to upload it now. And then I'm going to be like, no, quality control latency. It's perfect. Sit on it for like a week. Don't fucking listen to it for a week. Come back to it in a week and check it out before you just like, 2 seconds. What is this? Oh, it's Facebook. Okay. So that's Nexus paradigm. And I have this folder that's up in the corner of my desktop, and it's called Nexus with like so everything is going in there. All my new projects for the time being are going into Nexus and are candidates for the Nexus project. And then it's essentially like this year I think I did it like twice, where I just like filled up a folder with like maybe 30 to 50 tracks. So this phase I'm going to try to do like 100. Maybe I should put that down. 100. So yeah. And then out of that 100, it's basically like maybe 5 of those will be really sick bangers, right? And not everybody's the same. And like based on, that's just where I'm at, or at least 5 that are passable, and then the rest of the stuff, like I can repurpose, and maybe other people enjoy it more than I do and can fit into it. Because if I'm doing the sacred law thing, like I don't always, as Ipos, I don't always make stuff that sounds like it's for sacred law. So it's like, anyways, that's Nexus paradigm. Then I've got Crystal paradigm, which is part of why I like cleaned my space and everything's like down on the floor and a little bit more back to basics. Crystal paradigm is about being more tidy and clearing creative space, having more discipline, working out more, being more healthy, partying less, and creating more. Like essentially just take a tab of like how much do you work, how much do you party, and party involves all manner of debauchery, and then how much do you create, and think about that, and maybe realign your priorities. uh, and then I've got Relic Paradigm, which is creating more YouTube and also Facebook content, vlogs, tutorials, teasers, all that stuff. Ipos Cam, which is some stuff that I'm going to be doing. So, yeah. So creating, video content to put up. Now I know barely anybody's watching, but whatever, I don't care anymore. Like, it's not about that. I'm just gonna put the content out there. I'm an artist. I gotta do what I'm gonna do. Like, this is the stuff that I have available to me, so I'm gonna use it. But also Facebook, I'm gonna start using Facebook video, because apparently if you put a link from YouTube onto Facebook, it's kind of like a shitty link. But if you use Facebook video, it's like, oh, the video is already there. It's already like kind of playing like the new system they have set up. So yeah, I have to incorporate more Facebook and try to just put up content. And that's also because I eventually want to start drawing in more followers and likes and things like that. And yeah. But that's essentially what I've got going on. Yeah, back to basics. Yeah, and like today I'm probably gonna hang out with a homie of mine for a while, but I definitely want to put away laundry and clean the shit out of my bathroom. I bet I can clean a bathroom better than you can, for sure. Like, I'm not saying I'm a janitor or anything, but I went to a military school, so like I bust out the toothbrush and shit. You know what I'm saying? I get in there. So yeah, I scrub a commode like a motherfucker, and I'm damn proud of it. uh, so yeah, and then I want to make some tutorials and shit. I've got it in me, but I don't have the proper headphones to do so. I do have a program, but it fucking overheats my computer, so I have to keep them concise, but I need headphones, so I have to figure that out. So maybe I can start like putting together some really good tutorials and start, like have notes and stuff ready for them and have them be substantial. Yeah. So yeah, this week is just going to be creative week, and yeah, it's going to be cool. All right, Ipos Audio, Liam Dawson, deuces.